Hi, I'm Renee Rouse with the Florida Department of Health in Martin County. Welcome to our latest episode of Health Matters, a show bringing you timely and important information about your community that will keep you and your family safe and healthy. Today, we'll take a look at how a not-for-profit in Stewart is working to prevent hunger and hardship in Martin County in a fresh and healthy way. We'll also show you how the Health Department and the Martin County Library System is working together to educate children in Indiantown on how to eat better and move more. But first up, you hope it never happens, but if it does, you want to know that your first responders are prepared and organized. That's what state and local officials were practicing in April during the Cloud 9 terrorism attack exercise. An anthrax release at a sporting event where many people were exposed was the basis for the simulation. The goal of the exercise was to test how quickly and efficiently medications to counteract an anthrax attack could be given out in a drive-through scenario.
These incidents are so complex that when it comes down to having to respond to the community and getting this agent out, we want to be very efficient at how we're going to set this up and get the medication because time is of the essence.
Exercise participants were triaged as they arrived, guided through the medication dispensing lanes, and given instructions on how to take the medicine. In addition to the drive-through, other participants practice interviewing victims who may be suffering symptoms from the mock attack. Martin County was one of 9 counties participating in this drill throughout the state. The Health Department and its partners work together routinely to train in emergency preparedness to ensure that staff is ready to respond in the event of an emergency.
Mosquitoes will bite day and night, so protect yourself with these tips. Keep mosquitoes outside by shutting doors and covering windows with screens. Use EPA-approved insect repellents anytime you're outdoors. Cover your skin with long sleeves and pants. Mosquitoes lay their eggs in water. Just a bottle cap of water is all they need. So drain, refresh, or cover anything around buildings that can hold water at least weekly and put away outside items that aren't being used. A message from the Florida Department of Health.
Well, it's that time of year again. The hot and rainy weather can really bring out those mosquitoes, and the biters will be looking for a place to lay their eggs. The small pests can breed in just a little stagnant water, so it's important to drain and cover anything that may be holding water on your property. Everything from containers, toys, flower pots, bromeliad plants, and bird baths need to be emptied or flushed out every week. A mosquito can hatch in about 7 days, so it's important to drain and cover. Some mosquitoes can transmit disease, so be sure to cover your skin and wear mosquito repellent when needed. For more information about Martin County's mosquito control efforts, you can go to the Martin County website. School is just around the corner, and with parents working full-time and shuttling kids around to after-school activities, it's often much easier to hit up the drive-through than to make a healthy meal at home. For many families, grabbing a meal in the fast food lane is quick and easy, but it's not the healthiest decision. Now, the Health Department and Martin County Libraries are fighting that trend and collaborating to educate children and families on how to prepare and eat fresh and healthy foods. Bob Hoganson has that story from Indiantown.
Catch the ball! Oops, oh, fun one!
It may look like all fun and games at the Lottie Library in Indiantown, but these ball tosses are just one part of a very important health initiative called 5210.
5210 is a great catch-all to get kids to understand the importance of not only what they eat, but physical activity and monitoring behavior.
Mary Beth Pena is a nurse program specialist for the Florida Department of Health in Martin County.
And then a quarter of our plate, vegetables, a quarter fruits.
She says that the 5210 program is a great catch-all for teaching kids how to live a healthy lifestyle.
So the 5 stands for 5 fruits and vegetables. The 2 stands for no more than 2 hours of screen time. The 1 stands for at least 1 hour of physical activity, and the 0 stands for almost no sweetened beverages. The little green part, and then we're going to cut it into some slices.
The program has been running for 3 years, and Mary Beth says it's working.
Repeating it over and over and over, as I've seen working with the kids, is they get it after a while.
Beyond the physical exercise, children as young as 2 are getting hands-on experience preparing, cooking, and eating fresh, healthy foods.
It's important for them to develop skills as well. And what I talk to the moms about is, you know, when a child is 2, of course you're not going to give them a chopping knife, but you can help them learn how to turn the salad spinner. You can help them learn how to dry the plastic bowl.
Starting a child with simple kitchen skills can lead to others.
Getting them to use a plastic knife, then getting them to use a butter knife, and then teaching them the right knife skills so that they don't hurt themselves.
Mary Beth says it's also important to start kids off at an early age, knowing what healthy food tastes like.
It's a skill, and it's also acclimatizing your palate to what good food is.
All that sugar and fat in processed foods is leading to some staggering statistics. In Florida, 65% of residents are at an unhealthy weight. And here in Martin County, more than 30% of school-age children are overweight or obese. That rate is higher in Indiantown.
A lot of times, if that's all you've known, that's all your palate knows. So we really try to get them to understand what you can get a crunch out of that's not a potato chip.
Today, the children are making healthy parfaits with fresh fruit and low-sugar yogurt. Getting them involved is making all the difference.
And what I've seen is when the kids are making it, the kids are part of the process, they're into it. They want to eat what they made. They're proud of it. So getting them to understand that, you know, you can eat a Taki every now and then, but you can also eat a carrot or a cucumber.
As parents start gearing up for the new school year with supplies and new clothes, it's also important to remember that some students will need to show proof that they are immunized, especially children who are moving to Florida from another state or country, entering kindergarten, or entering the 7th grade. Parents will need to show proof of the immunizations on a 680 form. To prepare, parents should book an appointment with their pediatrician before the back-to-school rush begins. If students are uninsured or underinsured, they can call the health department to book an appointment for shots. Call 772-221-4000, extension 2242. We might think of Martin County as a wealthy, thriving community. And while that is mostly true, there are many people that struggle with paying their bills or being able to put food on the table. Thankfully, there are many great organizations that are here to help those in need. The House of Hope in Stewart is one of those groups. They offer everything from food, clothing, financial assistance, referrals, and case management. But perhaps their largest contribution to the community is their food pantry. Bob Hoganson takes us on a tour of the Client Choice Pantry and shows us how the House of Hope is working with partners and volunteers to deliver fresh fruits and vegetables to residents year-round.
Cutting, slicing, and more slicing, volunteers prepping vegetables at the House of Hope's Elizabeth Lati Nutrition Center in Stewart.
Depending on what it is, we may blanch it, freeze it, and then we have it to pull out in the months where we don't get as much fresh produce through the doors.
Today's haul is green peppers. They come from donations from local farms and will be given to Martin County's residents most in need. Some peppers going out on the shelves right away, others being frozen to be handed out in late summer months when crops don't grow as well. The peppers are just part of the many vegetables in the House of Hope Food Pantry's healthy offerings.
What we try to do is really ramp up the quality of the food that we provide them, give them more nutritious options, more education around health and nutrition.
Rob Ranieri is the CEO of the House of Hope. The nonprofit serves Martin County's income-limited community. They serve 6,000 people a month with their various services like clothes closet, financial assistance, case management, and job training. But it's their robust food pantry that is most well known.
Our mission is to empower Martin County residents to overcome hunger and hardship. So the food pantries are great because it gets people in and it gets them to connect with us for the rest of what we do.
Rob says that while Martin County does have a reputation for being very wealthy, we are not any different from many counties in the nation when it comes to poverty.
We've got about 20,000 people roughly in Martin County living at or below the poverty line. We've got another about 20,000 that are that ALICE population that United Way defines, where they may not be below poverty, but their income is limited enough that they find themselves food insecure at various times.
That's 40,000 people, 1/4 of Martin County residents.
We always say we're very good at hiding our poor because we don't see a lot of people, setting up, we'll work for food signs in the streets and things like that. Our law enforcement really keeps them moving along. And if you're not having a need to drive into some of the lower income communities, you may never know they're there.
And that is who Rob and the volunteers cutting green peppers are helping. For more information about the House of Hope and its services they offer, you can go to their website at hohmartin.org.
And finally, according to the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention, STDs are on the rise in the United States, especially among young people. If left untreated, sexually transmitted diseases can increase the risk of giving or getting HIV, can cause long-term abdominal or pelvic pain, and can cause infertility. STDs are preventable and treatable, but the only way to know for sure if you have an STD or not is to get tested. To encourage testing, the Florida Department of Health launched an advertising campaign featuring information about where to get tested. The ads can be seen on top of gas pumps around Martin County. Well, that wraps it up for today's episode. Thank you for joining us. If you would like more information about Health Department programs and services, you can log on to our website at martincountyhealth.com or call the Health Department at 772-221-4000. For up-to-date public health information and healthy lifestyles events around the county, you can follow us on Twitter at GoHealthyMartin. Thank you for watching, and remember, your health matters.